What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Godspeed ZRZ. Now today I want to give you guys something a little different. So I've had quite a few requests to do a POV drive in winter conditions, and obviously this Tennessee weather is giving us some winter conditions. Today I figured on my way to work I can go ahead and record some of it and show you guys what the POV's like to drive the Rubicon 392 in the winter. I hope you guys are going to be able to see this well. I usually don't talk with the camera this close, so I'll try to keep the audio as clear and stable as possible. But for now, we're going to pull out. The roads aren't that bad, to be 100% honest. They're just really icy, so we'll have to watch out for some ice spots, and that'll really be about it. Hopefully you guys can see the ice. But in this thing, it's really not much of an issue, so we should be just fine. So getting on to at least kind of a real road here. Seems like the roads are pretty decent, but at least it'll be a pretty good scenic view. Now for the Jeep right now, we actually have it in just standard mode. Just put it in drive and started driving. If you guys noticed from the startup, it thinks the performance exhaust is off. However, we don't actually have the option to do the performance exhaust anymore since we've done the muffler delete. And you guys could have seen that in a previous video. Icy. And this spot right down here is extremely icy. What do you guys think about the view of the hood on the 392 versus the Rubicons with the heat extractors? Obviously you can see you've got that little groove there for the actual hood scoop, and it's raised obviously on both sides, kind of almost like what a Scat Pack is, or really and truly kind of more like what a GT package comes with on the Chargers and Challengers, I believe. But of course we got the 392 badge there on the side. It looks pretty cool, but I really like the heat extractors on the standard Rubicon that I had before. And we might as well put an off-road plus, that way we can get a little more rumble. This snow's almost like just drift snow. It piled up in front of the door at the house, but everywhere else it seems to be maybe only like 2 inches. Some places it's about 3 wherever it's drifted. You can see it's just floating right along. Might as well not prolong this anymore. And now we'll cut to some more back roads. A little bit better view. I'm sorry if my filming's not the best. This is probably my first video of doing like a true POV, actual like POV oriented video. I don't really have a good setup, so I'm just holding it while I drive, trying to keep everything in focus and my hands out of view. So you'll notice once I put it in Off-Road Plus, it obviously holds the revs a little bit higher and it downshifts a little bit sooner as well. It also takes off traction control, and I believe it engages your part-time or actual automatic four-wheel drive a little bit more aggressively, which is pretty cool. And also, as long as you're in Off-Road Plus, you can actually engage lockers front and rear, as well as disconnect the sway bar, which is pretty handy. And for those of you, got some ice. And for those of you that don't enjoy the sound of the rumble, I'll put it back in standard mode here in just a second. That way you don't hear the extra pops and bangs. Most of these roads are just solid ice. And also, while we do have the time, I've actually encouraged a few of my other friends that are managers at the store I'm at to get some Rubicons. Essentially, we're going ahead and starting building 3 different Rubicons now. And then also we have a Sahara. One of the guys has a Sahara, and we've started to put together some little ideas for trips. Head out to Windrock. We've got Wooley's Off-Road Park that's close to here, and I'd like to show you guys the progress that we'll make on all 3 or 4 of them as we go throughout the process of building them up. Should be pretty fun. It'll be pretty interesting. We just ordered the first set of wheels and tires, and they were the Fuel Zephyrs and the Nitto Ridge Grapplers to go on my general manager's Jeep. 2 of the managers I work with plan on running the 37 1350s on 2.5-inch suspension lifts, and they're both Rubicons. One's a Gladiator, one is a Wrangler. And I'll put it back into standard mode. So for both of those, they'll be pretty cool. One of them on the Wrangler is going to be running the Fuel Zephyr 17x9s, all black, and they'll look pretty good. And then me and one of the other managers are going to run 20s. Like I've told you guys before, this one's going to be running the 20x12 negative 44s and 38 1550s, and we'll try to fit all that on stock suspension if we can. If not, obviously we'll make some modifications, probably to the fenders first. We'll definitely cut down the rock sliders, the factory rock sliders, and see how they look. And then we may rip apart the 2-piece fender flares. I haven't really had much luck with those in the past. Obviously, they're pretty flimsy once you take the base of the actual fender out, and you have to put that new supporting bracket. With my 2020 Rubicon, I did cut down the 2-piece fenders, and we did it on a Gladiator as well, but they ripped off on the interstate, so lost a little bit of trust in that. Obviously, the only thing that holds them in once you take them down to the 1-piece, just your color match section, there's only just like the snap-in rivets that hold it together, or hold it onto the body. So you don't really have much rigidity, much support. They just kind of flop in the wind like that. But apparently with that mount that you can get and run your daytime running light in there as well. Apparently it's pretty secured, but inevitably with every Jeep I've ever had, we always just end up throwing on some tube fenders, because I think the high-rise tube fenders on any Jeep are about as good of a look as you can get. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update on some of the stuff that I know is coming to the channel here really soon. Like I say, we've already got some of our parts ordered, and with this shortage, back order on everything, I tried to wait out a few different sets of wheels that are pretty hard to come by, but the back orders keep getting pushed further and further. For tires, it should be pretty easy. I'm not going to tell you guys which ones I'm running, but I've ran them in the past on four different vehicles. 3 of them the exact same size as the 38, 15, 50. So if you know me, you probably know which tire that's going to be. I really liked the tire and had really good luck. This thing just makes it too easy. Guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys the POV you've been asking for. That way you can really see what it's like to drive the Rubicon 392, especially in the scenic winter conditions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. But until next time, just take it easy.